I greet all of you. Today I want to address you on three issues. One issue, the issue of discipline in the security forces and human rights of the population. I will also talk briefly about the Myoga program, because I hear so many people talking about the Myoga, but I think they need some information. And then I will also talk briefly about the vaccines. But before I talk about that, those three, I need to inform the people who I saw on the road. I have been to Nakasongora recently, and then the other day I went to Matuga to open a factory there. Today I was in Jinja to open the factory to lay the foundation stone for the factory of buses. And on all these occasions, people line the road wanting me to stop and talk to them. However, I don't stop. I just wave from inside the car. This is because this is not the time for people interacting in big groups. The corona is still very dangerous. It is still there. Therefore, when the people see me not stopping, you don't think that I'm ignoring you. It is because I don't want to be part of causing people's death. The other point is that today I wanted to have a long interview, a long discussion on this TV program, but I delayed in Jinja, in the factory of the buses. People were making many speeches, so I will not talk so long today, but I will mention the main points I wanted to mention. Now, the first point I want to talk to you about is the issue of the human rights of the people of Uganda. This was the main reason, one of the main reasons why the NRM went to the bush and why we fought all those years from 1971. We put very strong discipline in our army, in FRONASA, in NRA, in UPDF. The main reason why people should be in leadership is to serve the interests of the people, not serve their own interests. Nobody should be in the uniform of the country if he does not respect the people of Uganda. Now, when you respect the people of Uganda, you must observe the following. Don't bark at people. Tobogorera bantu. That's not pointing at people. That's not the people's army. People's army, you don't bark at people. Tobogorera bantu. Don't beat people. Don't beat members of the public. Don't beat even criminals. You are not allowed to beat anybody. Not even the children. Because in the past there was beating of children. That one we rejected. if you beat children, we send you to jail. Corporal punishment in schools was abolished because it is backward, it is criminality. So nobody should beat any Ugandan. There should be no killing of any Ugandan for any reason other than war, other than when you are fighting, or if you are condemned by the court of law to be hanged. Keeping people in jail for a long period without trial, that's not allowed. It's not allowed. The idea of safe custody. Jails are not storehouses for people. Deporting foreigners without trial should be stopped. Anybody should be handled, even those foreigners should be handled legally. Because those loopholes can be used to not only abuse the rights of people, but actually to disadvantage the country. Like this deporting of foreigners without trial has actually been used, I have heard, by some criminals among us who want to cheat foreigners with whom they are doing business. They swindle the money of foreigners, then say they work with the corrupt security people to deport them so that they're out of the way. They don't challenge their criminality. That's why the court is very, very important. You want him to be deported, why? You give the reasons. And if the court is convinced, then it will allow you. If not, even the foreigner stays. So all these mistakes, barking at the people, beating people, isolated killings, they are not many, but they should not happen at all. These isolated incidents of killing, like the other time when we had riots in November, some of the people killed were definitely rioters who were attacking people. But also there were cases of what they were calling stray bullets. But where were the stray bullets going? What were you firing at? There is a report which was produced by the police, and after scrutiny it will be made available to the public. No beating of people. All those keeping people in jail without trial. All those are caused by the following problems. First of all, indiscipline. Some of the people are indisciplined. Secondly, the senior commanders do not adequately brief the juniors, especially when they are dealing with the public law and order management. The juniors are not adequately briefed about what they should do and what they should not do. And yet, some time ago, I made a categorical order that nobody should be involved with the public if he is not conversant with the standing orders of how to deal with the public. There are also some anachronistic traditional ways. Because traditionally, beating thieves is allowed. So some of the LDUs are misbehaving. Now, you members of the public, I heard that, for instance, they were entering houses. What are you doing entering a house? Because this is a curfew. This is not for the curfew. A curfew, you are looking for people who are on the road outside, not in the house. If anybody disturbs you that is coming to enter your house, don't allow him in first of all. Tomugurira and ring. You will see what we shall do to him or her. Tugenda okulaga obukambwe bwaffe nga bwe twakolanga mu nsiko. Those are just the usual pigs, embizi. Bible etugamba temusanga eby'emiwendo bya mu maaso g'embizi. Don't put your pearls before pigs because they don't understand value. Ugandans' value, lives are pearls.